Beastly.
Beast.
Beastly.
So what we'd like to do is have everyone sit and watch
Good
and enjoy. And I'm going to leave it now to Jim Marquez, the rock star.
Two things. One, can we have the door closed, Jesse? Yeah. There you go. Two, if you have a cell phone, can you lower it or put it on vibrate or some kind of sex thing or something? You know.
Nobody ever calls me.
Yeah, who calls?
Last time, you know, Everett's phone was going off in the readings.
Yeah, no, actually, I think I have a copy of you bitching about something.
Well, I usually bitch about something.
Every time my fundraiser comes out. So.
Hi, kids. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
My name is Jim Marquez. I am a writer, supposedly. This is the book, Watching the Skies and Other Beastly Tales. This is the baby on the front cover. The story itself, Watching the Skies, opens the book. It's a 75-page novella about the time myself and, oh, that guy right there, went to Area 51 and almost got our asses shot off. I bought this at Area 51, a little gift shop off of in Rachel, Nevada. And that's our little thing here.
The aliens are coming for you?
What's that?
The aliens are coming for you.
The aliens still come for me. Middle of the night.
When are they going to take you away?
Oh, God.
I only thought they came after you on the bus.
I hope soon.
No, I'm sorry, they're intelligent life.
Security.
Mark that one down.
No Irish. No Irish. Oh, we got two more over here. Yeah, never mind. Aaron go row. In case you're curious, you give a fuck because I do. USA men's national soccer team beat Costa Rica tonight 1-0 in the fucking snow in Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
I bring that up because that man right there and I have been to 4 World Cups on this planet. We're going to Brazil next summer for Copa number 5. So this piece, since I'm being rushed already, this piece is called Not So Subtle Racism in the New Downtown LA. And this piece is dedicated to a new bar we have here in downtown called The Lash. It's over on the corner of LA, Los Angeles Street and Winston. The new bar, great place, great bar, but it's the first bar in the history of the world that actually banned me for life. I'm not allowed to go there anymore.
The first,
Good.
not the last.
And not the first, probably not the last. Emmerich, why did they ban me?
Because
I was talking to who?
you know too many. Who are you talking to?
I was talking to all the white women. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the reason I got. So.
That's from 1900 or
Right. So now you know. So this story is dedicated to The Lash. It's called Not So Subtle Racism in Downtown LA. It's not about them. I just dedicated it to them. I've been drinking a lot lately.
Really?
Is this the beginning of the story?
Need a wine or something? Thank you, good night.
She lives in the American
Oh, that's why.
We're still talking. She touched her that.
Don't pay attention.
Sure, the pause. Okay.
Been drinking. I'm hungry. It's time to eat. All night Sideway Cafe in downtown Los Angeles. It might have been a Thursday night, maybe a Friday, it doesn't really matter. It's the same old shit in the bars lately anyway. People, women, patrons younger and more frightened than ever before. Artists non-existent these days, the very people who started this scene. There's very much a new vibe in this town. An abhorrent breed of new downtown scenester is on hand. Whiny, bitchy, inexperienced, rude, socially inept, their self-deluding uniqueness is also unwittingly their conformities. They really do all look alike. It's amazing. They're fucking vapid. Most ill-educated, they would never notice a difference. But they know their gadgets and watching whatever it is you're supposed to watch on TV, and are very fond of saying, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but not much else. They worship talentless hack celebrities famous for being nothing more than being famous. They're boring people, tethered to their handhelds or their clown-like oversized mega headphones, and weakening what should be a curious intellect to investigate and explore and interpret and understand and question, and God forbid, read. Their minds and eyes growing dim. Have you ever looked in their faces? Their youth and their time on this planet wasted, flying by. Blankness reigns in the faces of most of these kids. There is definitely nothing there. This is the D generation, as in dumbass. But it's oddly comforting that some things never change. Such as, oh, I don't know, some good old-fashioned racism. Yep, these jackasses of today are capable of being just as imbecilic as the jackasses from 20 years ago. Anybody up for a little Armenian versus the Mexican? Yeah. I'm sitting there at this all-night sidewalk cafe in downtown LA, waiting for my baked chicken and garlic mashed potatoes to arrive. The joint is packed, but at my table there happens to be one empty extra chair. And from out of the fog of a fairly pleasant drunk, I hear this. Oh great, the only place to sit down is next to a fucking Mexican. Oh God. Seriously. My first drunken, territorial, Latino, macho man bullshit thing to say back would be, hey, fuck you, man. Yeah. But I don't say anything. Not right off. You see, I am generally flabbergasted at the balls, the unmitigated nerve, the unrepentant audacity of this whack-off, this young man, what, 21 years old, maybe 22, to say this to another man, twice his age, twice his weight, and which should be far more disturbing to him, twice as drunk. Wow. Did he really just call me a fucking Mexican? Yeah. I mean, hell. Amongst friends, we always fuck around, josh, call each other names, especially when it comes to heritage and countries of origin. But those are boys and men you drink with, you get to know, you love, you help out, you work with them, you chat it up, you understand and respect each other. You say, oh, look, who led in the dirty so-and-so, and we'd all laugh and hug and shake hands and order whiskeys, and that would be that. This asshole, though, this motherfucker, he wasn't a friend. And he wasn't smiling when he said this either. Yeah. I'd never seen him before in my life. His eyes burning red, looking for a fight, seeking out the hatred. That hate. Oh my God, that hate, yes. It was there to return and strike out with unholy retribution if I chose to. It was on the edge of a cliff waiting to be pushed over. But no. I started out the year getting into too many confrontations, especially around here at this cafe, allowing myself to talk back instead of keeping my mouth shut, which I usually do. I'd make sarcastic retorts, taking the bait, whereas before I'd ignore it and laugh it away and pass it off to some amateur who couldn't handle this shit like a man. Well, fuck me, I even started a goddamn riot here. Hey, it wasn't my fault. Some asshole stole my chicken salad and I called him out on it. Chairs went flying, bodies leaping over tables, fists flying, hordes were involved. Just about everybody sitting outside at that moment in time took swings, crying, blood spilt, police, helicopters, tasers, guns drawn, batons struck with impunity, arrests made. Ah, fuck it, read the story in my last book, Beastly Bus Tales. Half the police force had responded that night. It's not one of my prouder moments, but I escape without a scratch. I usually do. So I chuckle at this kid, still very much in a sweet haze of drunkenness. I say, yeah, well, and you're a fucking racist, man, but you can have a seat next to me anyway. We can eat and finish our meals, get sobered up, and never have to see each other again. He actually sits down right next to me, and he says, how about I put this fork in your fucking eye? Again, he's not smiling when he says this. But I find this to be so melodramatic and way over the top, I almost burst out laughing in his face. And I say, dude, you can try, but then you'd have nothing to eat with. He shakes his head, mumbles something, he looks away, lights a cigarette. It's quiet for 30 seconds. And he starts grumbling. You think you're a smart one, huh? I said, no. In fact, I know I'm very smart. I'm smarter than all these motherfuckers out here put together. You want to fuck with me, eh? I have family and police. And he raises his head, gives me a smug look, as if to put me in my place. For most assuredly, he's used this line on others he'd made trouble with, and it had come to a standoff. I say, really? You got police, family, stuff like that. Well, small world, pal, me too. I have 6 deputies, a detective sergeant, a PO, and an associate deputy director of the FBI in charge of Homeland Security on the West Coast. What do you got, asshole? Shall we start making the fucking calls? This startles him. It should. It's the truth. I usually never bring it up in conversation. I've been told not to.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. But it's good to have. But he brought it up first, so fuck him. Man, I continue. We can all go on like this all night. I got time. Or we can both shut the fuck up and try to ignore each other. Just eat and leave. I said it before. Just then our meals arrive. I'm starving. We begin to eat in blessed silence, but he's stuffing his food into his mouth, trying to eat very, very fast. I think it was a turkey sandwich and baked potato chips. I'm taking my time, I'm relaxed, but he's not. He shifts around in his chair, he scowls at me, he looks away, actually pissed off, angry because he didn't get a chance to fight me. Suddenly, he blurts out to a passing server. He says, hey you, come here. I want to take a box. Take this home. I cannot eat next to this motherfucker. The waitress looks at me and says, oh, 2 boxes for you and your friend? This time I do laugh out loud and say, no honey, I'm good here, but, and I ain't no friend of his. The Armenian kid says, yeah, you got that right, motherfucker. And then he spits on the floor in front of me. And he lights another cigarette. He stands up, he grabs at his plate, he pushes it away, he knocks over his potato chips, tumbling onto the floor. Fuck these, I cannot eat here, motherfucker. I shovel more mashed potatoes into my mouth. Keep an eye on his hands, see how close they are to the silverware. And then the boxes come, and he throws his box on the ground. And then he pushes his chair over and it falls on the floor. What a dick! The young Armenian then walks away without looking back, shaking all over, mumbling and trembling and blithering like an idiot. I distinctly hear him say, fucking wetback, as he stammers off, drunk and stupid and vomiting on himself. He's running now at a faster pace, gesturing in front of him as if he's having an argument with an unseen foe. His head horribly uncontrollable, shaking. He's livid, he's pissed. And the people on the street look at him and shake their heads in disgust, and they point at him, and they take pictures of him. He's just another fucking drunk in downtown LA.
Yeah, babe.
I almost felt sorry for him. That's it, thank you. Right now,